And think about
I
it.
don't know, I saw him.
Sometimes.
I think.
Yeah.
Is that what retired life's like?
Yeah.
And, he must have come down for the.
Jim. Yeah, talk about Friday Lake.
He didn't tell me exactly.
Okay. I haven't heard anything. I went up there. You went up there? You drive up there just to go to Friday Lake? Yeah. And how'd it go? Oh, well, good. It's not the ones I wanted. You catch perch? Which end of the lake are you fishing?
They start getting texts from people. Shut his mic off.
Cherries while you're there.
12 feet. You should have been there. Should have been a whole little moss right there. We'll talk.
Well, my son-in-law has been retired for 1 year. I've been in Montana for 1 year now.
No way.
Yeah. My daughter's been in her school position for 1 year now.
In Montana.
In Montana, they got there on the 2nd, she started working on the 4th.
Garrett Cole for the Yanks.
Well, that's their, it's worth a celebration then, isn't it? Or-
I don't know where to shoot, I don't know.
I haven't watched them much this year. Cole's always fun to watch.
This past weekend.
They've been playing better this season. Kind of. Not winning. There's not much of great excitement on tonight's agenda, so this probably has something to do with it.
I think either of them could challenge.
Important business, but really not particularly exciting. Okay, everyone, by the clock in the back of the room, it is now 5:30. Welcome to the North Platte City Council meeting here on October 5th, 2021 in the City Council chambers. I am officially calling the meeting to order. Our invocation tonight is by Pastor John Stone. Okay, welcome. Please step forward to the microphone and he will provide our invocation.
If I could read just something really briefly. When Solomon was about to become the leader of a nation, he said, "Give your servant, therefore, an understanding mind to govern your people, that I may be able to discern between good and evil. For he who is able to govern your great people." The Apostle James wrote this, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously unto all without reproach, and it will be given to that person." So let me pray. Father, we are so grateful for these women and these men who serve our community. And Lord, they have got a lot of different things that they have to balance, and a lot of different points of view, and a lot of different situations that are coming up. Would you give them wisdom? Would you allow them to see your power and your goodness and your grace tonight? And I'd pray for efficiency in the meeting, but that things would be able to be plumbed as deep as they need to go. Oh Lord, grant them wisdom that they may govern well. And we ask it in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pastor Stone. Appreciate you being here. Okay, we have a roll call, please.
Nestle,
Here.
Tryon,
Here.
Bowles,
Here.
Lucas,
Here.
Garrett,
Here.
Carmen,
Here.
Baker, Woods.
Here. Thank you. A current copy of the Open Meetings Act of the State of Nebraska is posted on the wall at the back of the council chamber, roughly above Lane's head. Meeting procedure. The public may address specific agenda items at the pleasure of the mayor. If recognized by the mayor, please identify yourself by stating your name and address. Please address the council through the mayor and limit remarks to 3 minutes or less. We respect our city employees and request that any complaints or criticisms of employees not be aired in a public meeting. Concerns about employees should be brought to the attention of the city administrator or mayor. Individuals in violation will be declared out of order. Consent agenda. All matters under the consent agenda are considered by the city council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. Any city council member may, however, remove an item from consent by request. Item number 1, approve the minutes of September 21, 2021. Number 2, place on file treasurer's report for August 2021. Number 3, approve the application by Big Red Liquor for a special designated license on November 11, 2021 from 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. at the D&N Event Center, 501 East Walker Road, excuse me, for the MCF fights. Number 4, approve the application by North Platte J.C.'s for a special designated license on October 30, 2021 from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the D&N Event Center, 501 East Walker Road for the Roller Derby. Number 5, approve the application by the North Platte J.C.'s for a special designated license on November 13, 2021 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the D&N Event Center, 501 East Walker Road for the Soup for Paws fundraiser. Number 6, send the application of Golden Ticket Cinemas Platte River 6 for a Class A liquor license, beer on sale only, located at 1100 South Dewey Street, 110, to the Nebraska Liquor Control Commission with no recommendation. Number 7, adopt resolution for signing of the Municipal Annual Certification of Program Compliance Form 2021 and authorize the mayor to sign the Municipal Annual Certification of Program Compliance to Nebraska Board of Public Roads Classifications and Standards 2021.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Nisley, second by Garrick. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. Consent agenda is passed. Moving on to item number 8. Accept certificate of completion and improvements for Special Water Improvement District Number 3 from the intersection of Reed Avenue and South Oak West to the intersection of Reed Avenue and West Phillip.
I move to accept certificate of completion for Special Water Improvement District Number 3.
Second.
Motion Garrick, second Lucas. Any discussion on number 8? Seeing none, calling the question, please vote. Number 8 is passed. Moving on to number 9, accept certificate of completion improvements for paving district number 835, Reed Avenue from Oak Street to Spruce Street and Spruce Street from Reed Avenue to Phillip Avenue.
I move to accept certificate of completion for paving district number 835.
Okay.
Motion Garrick, second Carmen. Any discussion on item number 9? Calling the question on item number 9, please vote. Item number 9 is passed. Number 10, approve the resolution for the adoption of the multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan prepared by the Twin Platte Natural Resources District.
I move to approve the resolution for the adoption of the multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan prepared by the Twin Platte Natural Resources District.
Second.
Motion Lucas, second Vols. That is a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it, to say that? Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
I was a little nervous about it.
Any discussion on number 10? Seeing none, calling the question on number 10. Number 10 is passed. Moving on to number 11. Authorize the Public Service Department to purchase a used mechanical broom street sweeper for the street department.
I move to authorize the Public Service Department to purchase a used mechanical broom street sweeper for the street department.
Second.
Motion Garrick, second Vols. Any discussion on number 11?
I just want to point out, I think looks like a really good program, letting someone else do the majority of the depreciation on this piece of equipment. We still get to use it for a extended period of time. So I think this is a good move on our city's part.
Thank you. Other discussion or comments?
If it's okay, I don't know. My first time. How long would we?
Why not? I'll give you 1 minute on the street sweeper.
How long would we get to use it if it's a good deal? And I love a good deal.
Lane, would you?
Yeah.
Mayor and council, so this sweeper, unlike some sweepers in the past, were specially built on their own chassis, so to speak. This is on a truck chassis, a diesel truck chassis. It only has 20,000 miles on it, and as we know, diesel trucks go 500,000 miles or so. You have two options when the sweeper part of the equipment wears out, which they will, probably 7 to 10 years, maybe longer, depending on some things on it. You can either put a new sweeper body on that truck chassis for considerably less money, or else you can take the sweeper portion off and you make that into a dump truck or another utility truck or something. So the truck portion itself will have a lot, probably 15, 20 years of life. The sweeper, we're hoping to get 10 years out of the sweeper portion of it, if not a little bit longer, depending on how we take care of it and replace parts and things. So should have quite a long life with it.
Okay, thank you. Sir, if you'd like to ask a question, come up here, tell us who you are, please, and then I'll let you ask another question.
Adam Nuss, native Nebraskonian, my first time at a city council meeting.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, sir.
Adam Nuss, at N-U-S-S,
Okay.
native Nebraskonian. I'm just curious, who will be doing the maintenance on the truck?
The city maintenance department will do it. Our city shop. The city shop will be doing the maintenance on it. So.
Okay. Any other discussion on this item? Calling the question on number 11. Please vote. Number 11 is passed. Number 12, approve the resolution designating emergency snow routes for the city of North Platte.
I move to approve the resolution designating emergency snow routes for the city of North Platte.
Second.
Motion Vols, second Garrick. Council, just so you know, you do have a map in front of you. And Brent, hold on a second, sir. Brent, would you tell us what this map has on it? Oh, sorry, Lane, I'm sorry. Got my people crossed in my head there, I apologize. Lane, would you tell us what's on the map, please?
So on the map that's in front of you, Mayor and Council, the red is the existing snow routes and emergency routes. And then I think it's blue that designates some added routes. A lot of those were either ends of streets that we connected to other snow routes. And so instead of having a dead end street where you would have to stop and turn around, we could just loop around for some snow routes to make cleaning easier. We also added Oak Street on the north side of town, which right there in that area, there was a long distance between your north-south routes for snow routes, and Oak Street south of the tracks is a snow route, so we thought that made sense to connect. Walker Road, it's been one we've cleaned, but was never a dedicated emergency route in the past from 83 to Newberry. That is also where they park trucks if there's a closure of the interstate. And we just added a few other places where some streets were either cut off or where they should have been extended. Walker or Willow south of town and the south part of town was never designated in the past. We also had some requests for 9th Street on the north side of town. It stopped at Jeffers and didn't go any further east, and so we extended 9th Street as a snow route, even though 8th Street's right below it. 9th Street from Jeffers to Poplar. Basically, when you kind of look at the grid pattern, we've created almost every residential area of town now. If there's a house, you can go 3 blocks in any direction, you're gonna hit a snow route, so they don't have no house should have a very long distance to go before they hit one of those snow routes. So that was the thinking behind the additions. And we'll continue to evaluate that as time and storms go on.
Thank you.
So I just have, this is a pretty nice piece of work somebody did.
The emergency plan,
Right. So I guess I have a question and a comment, but do we have enough manpower to do all this?
for what we added, I mean, so in the past, with some of the outdated equipment, things we had, it would take 15 to 18 hours to do all the snow routes with the manpower. We're trying to get out a little bit sooner. We won't wait until the snow's completely fallen, so we're trying to get out when there's about 3 inches of snow on the ground and things. If you get that cleared off at that time, a lot of the next inch or so may melt, so you don't have to be clearing 4 inches off and creating bigger piles. By doing that a little bit less snow, so you can go a little bit quicker, we were averaging 8 to 11 hours to get the whole town cleared last year. So even if it takes a couple hours longer with these added routes, we can still do it in a very reasonable amount of time with the manpower that we have. I mean, to do every street in town, we need about triple the manpower, but to do our snow routes, we can.
So the only comment that I hear is when a snow plower goes by a driveway and plugs it up. Do any of them have that shield that they can drop down?
We
And
don't have any of those, and
can they be installed?
they're pretty expensive. And community I came from, we had one of those, and it really slows down the process because you're having to
I'm
slow
sure
down
it
and drop it
does,
every
yeah.
driveway, and you can't always see where the driveways are anyway, and so then you miss somebody, and it's unfortunate, but there's not a great
I know.
solution for that.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Lane, anyone?
Go
ahead.
Mayor. This maybe follows up your comments on, I was curious because on Sunset, that addition that's in Pete and I's ward, there's a lot of residences on there, and so I talked to several people about it, and they all understood that they were gonna have some issues with their driveway, but all were really in favor of it. I know when I lived on Phillip, I didn't like having to dig my driveway out all the time, but they said that I got very positive comments about connecting that area, and I think the map's very well thought out, so thank you.
A lot of that was done by predecessors to me, but I appreciate, in your plan, anything that was in red was new or struck out or added addition, but everything else was existing, so.
Yeah, what I learned in the conversations is that I think people perceive being on a snow route as a good thing, and I didn't know how people saw that, so it was interesting, at least the few I talked to.
Okay, thanks, Lane. Sir, did you have a question?
Do I need to say my name again?
I think we know who you are at this point. so.
I just want to say thank you, very good questions, and thank you as well. If we did want to install additional, like the shield capacity, could you request a quote for that? If the people wanted to pay for it, could you ask for how much that would cost for people who wanted it, so that could be put out there? To the snow map, is that available online to view as far as what that snow route is?
Does anyone know the answer to the online question?
Sorry. Right now, you can go onto the website, and on the agenda packets, it's in the agenda packet for this night's meeting. The map's in there, and I think Todd had it in the paper on.
We will have it in
Okay.
tomorrow's
There
paper.
we
We
go.
did not have it in the pre-seed story.
So, okay.
But
So-
we had where people could go to get the address, or the web address, to go find the agenda book. So
But the map itself.
it's inside the PDF file that has all the agenda items and background information.
But I'll tell you what, sir, that's a good question, and we will work on getting it up on the regular city website, because that's a nice idea. Thank
sir.
you.
Not trying to cause any problems, just asking.
That's fine. Good question. I'm not sure that we answered his first question. So could we get a quote for the driveway device? Yes, we could. We could.
I spent 4 years in Albany, New York. I'm not a New Yorker, just want to say that. Not from that land, but I did have to dig out large driveways in order to get to work for the railroad. The railroad still employs me, and I will still be happy to dig out a driveway to get to work. That is not a problem. But for those who, you have elderly, you have the small, you have people with disabilities, that is a good point. If you did have to get out there with the shovel, you could do it, 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 she could do it. But if you had a bad back, bad knee, shoulder problems, that could be an issue. That is a good point. And if that's something that the city could pay for those that could not dig that out. That being said, I have dug out my neighbors before. There are neighbors who would be more than happy to do that for each other. It's not a problem. But if that's something we could do, we could price a number, and then y'all vote on it. Is it worth it? Is it not? Y'all decide. At least everybody has a number. Okay.
Thank you. Calling the question on number 12. Please vote. Number 12 is passed. Number 13, approved claims.
Move to pay the claim.
Second.
Motion Carmen, second Lucas. Any discussion on the claims? Calling the question on the claims, please vote. The claims are officially paid. Public agenda request. We respect our city employees and request that any complaints or criticisms of employees not be aired in a public meeting. Concerns about employees should be brought to the attention of the city administrator or mayor. Individuals in violation will be declared out of order. If anyone from the public has an agenda item that they would like to request us to consider in the future, please approach the mic and say so. Do you have an agenda item, sir?
What an agenda item is.
I'll tell you what, let's talk about it after the meeting. We'll talk to you for a minute, okay? Okay. Council, we would need a motion to adjourn, as it did not appear that anyone from the public has anything to add to the agenda list.
I will make a motion to adjourn since that's not here.
Okay.
Second.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Vol, second by Ms. Tryon. Please vote.
Yeah.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening.
He usually adjourns us.
Thank you, media.
Take that and it'll probably be.
I'm not used to sophisticated